Hey everybody, it's Hylian Alchemist, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Red. In the last episode, we entered the Safari Zone and did stuff. And we got stuff, and a lot of other stuff. And in this episode, more water! Yay! More surfing routes. All these tentacles coming at us. So many goddamn tentacles. Except for one thing, we never actually encounter any because I keep on spraying some max repels, or well, not necessarily max repels, but just repels in general. Haha! Suck on that tentacle! Anyways, another swimmer. We got another horsey. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? More horsies. Just whacking it with more Razor Leaf, which is just way too easy. I mean, we got a grass type and electric type on our team, and this stuff right here is just getting way too easy here. Plus, we got another horsey. That's awesome. So I guess I will just have to send on my Raichu right here. You know, I actually kind of noticed that earlier in this video, the audio was been on a desync for a bit, but it looks like it's fixed itself right now, so that's good. And we have Seadra as our next opponent, and that is the evolved form of Horsey. Can't exactly tell you how good this Seadra is, or how useful it is, because I've never used one on my team. Well, I actually did catch a Horsey before, but, well, I mean, like, way back then, but that was only for an Asian slave, so I didn't really use it that much, so honestly, can't tell you how good this Seadra would be. So I really have no idea. There's no torpedoes. I don't see any torpedoes. You must be hallucinating. So, I guess probably not much to talk about while we're on this sea route. Well, we're not going to be here for very long. I mean, it is a pretty short route. Not as big and notorious as Hoenn is, but it's just a little short sea route. We're just going down here, just you know, just for the heck of it. I mean, just to show it off. This is an optional route, though. I mean, well, I mean, unless if you're, well... Actually, no. Seafoam Islands is optional. I mean, not really that important. Cloister. The evolved form of Shelter by Waterstone. It is a Water and Ice type. I think it's very good defensive-wise, as far as I remember. And Richard grew to level 36. Awesome. Yeah, I just have nothing else to say here. I mean, other than the fact that this route is optional. As a matter of fact, this episode may as well be considered a bit of some filler because we're mostly going through some optional routes. Mainly just for beefing up our Pokemon. It's all just for grinding reasons. But I did say I was going to battle every single trainer in the region that I can find. Just as a means, well, just for grinding reasons, of course. Yeah, sure, it's quite a getaway here. That's another beauty that we're battling. I was gonna say, though, like, the trainer is supposedly surfing on the Pokemon's back, but you don't even see the trainer on there. That's because of graphical or sprite limitations on the Game Boy. Starting with Gen 3, then they actually showed the trainer riding on the Pokemon's back, but you won't get to see him because of, well, again, because of sprite limitations. And this is where the Seafoam Islands are. There's actually 2 entrances, but you can only go through one of them if you're on each one side of it, because the other cave is blocked off. Like I said, we're not exactly going to go into Seafoam Islands just yet, but a little later on, though. Once I can get to it. We'll explore Seafoam Islands a little later. So I guess that about does it for this route. We're pretty much, yeah, this is actually as far as we can go. We can't really get to, that other island that was over there. The only way to access that island is just by going south of Palatown. But we can't just go to the other side because it's entirely blocked off. So, we'll probably just have to do it later, but it's mainly just to, just show things off here. Alright, so, we are now back in Cerulean City, and yeah, the reason why we're back is because, One other thing to show over here, there's a guy standing in front of this cave entrance. We can only get over there just by surfing, since we couldn't do that before. And there's also another trainer of interest to battle with another Pokemon that we haven't encountered yet. Well, one we have, but another we haven't. So we will go ahead and use yet another surf. All the way down to where that cave is supposed to be. But the guy is blocking it off for some reason. He's preventing us access. I wonder why. Well, let's find out. Once we get over that is. Alright, Cerulean Cave. Horribly strong Pokemon live in there. Pokemon League Champion is the only person who is allowed in. Alright, so you can only go in the cave until you're, spoiler alert, the Pokemon League Champion. How are we going to do that, you may ask? Well, I guess we'll just have to see. Can't exactly give in full detail. Alright, so this girl right here, we can't even battle her because there was no way to get up these ledges for some reason, only just by surfing. She's going to send out her mushroom Pokemon, which are of course Paris. We have encountered Paris before, back in Mount Moon. Probably remember the Paris typing right here, that's why I have Jack with me. Very easy if you have either flying types or fire types. And she has another Paris with her. That's quite simple. Yeah, I want to go ahead and show that up because there's a Pokemon we haven't encountered yet, and that is, of course, the evolved form of Paris, which we will see in a minute, or in a second, actually. Parasect. Parasect is, of course, like I said, the evolved form of Paris. I kind of repeated that already. Evolves at level 24. One interesting thing about it is that Parasect is the only Pokemon with that has access to Spore. Spore is a move that causes sleeping status. Not only that, though, it is 100% accurate. So, to those of you who, tend to use sleep powder that kind of has low accuracy, Spore has 100% accuracy, thankfully, so... Well, at least up until Generation 3 is when Parasect was the only Pokemon that can use Spore. Yeah, even though Parasect isn't all that good battle-wise, or at least competitive-wise, actually. I mean, good HM user, but not that great, per se. It is a good sport user. So if you like, so I guess you can probably use it if you want to, if you probably want to use a good sleeping move, and that's where to go. This guy right here is a Pokemon Maniac, or Pokemaniac, actually, and yeah, surfing all the way down there, like, below Rock Tunnel. Now, this Pokemaniac has a couple of Pokemon. Well, we've already seen Rhyhorn, but there's another Pokemon that we haven't encountered yet. So let's go ahead and get rid of this Rhyhorn first. Sorry for all the headset noise, because I was trying to scratch my face there. Alright, the next Pokemon he's going to use is Lickitung. Yeah, I was kind of hesitating which Pokemon I'm going to use next. Lickitung is a pure normal type move. Ochar here is Miley Cyrus's favorite Pokemon. But, yeah, I'm not sure what much to say about Lickitung. I mean, or at least how good it would be. I also gotta say, though, I really don't like its evolution in Gen 4, Licky. I mean, I gotta say, it is one of those really pointless Gen 4 evolutions, like, you know, evolves if it learns to move Rollout. I really don't like the name either. I mean, it's called Licky. I don't seem to like the name that much, and I don't know, it's some kind of really pointless evolution, I should say, but I'm going on about it. And yeah, by going down the south of Rock Tunnel, that's where the another dungeon called the Power Plant is. Again, just like with Seafoam Islands, we will be going there later on. It is entirely optional, but it does contain something quite useful, but again, we'll get to that later. Alright, so now we are at the very eastern side of Kanto, right below, or south of Lavender Town. This is the alternate route to take to get to Fuchsia City if you don't want to take the cycling road. I mean, it's not really as fast. It's a very long route with so many trainers there. But if you But of course, like, not many people take that kind of route anyway, because they prefer to just take the cycling road, since it's faster that way. And that girl just gave us a team which contains Swift. We already know what Swift is supposed to do. So let's just go right down through the gate. And this bridge right here, it's a rather long bridge with a lot of fishermen. It's known as Silence Bridge. Why Silence Bridge? Well, of course, because everything is silent. The sea is silent. It's very silent indeed. Why am I whispering like that? I don't really know. But yeah, you'll be encountering a lot of fishermen around in the Silence Bridge. So yeah, we're pretty much going to be showing this route off. Again, it's another optional route unless if you want to... okay, I really can't speak. I keep on slurring my words for some weird reason. I don't know what it is. But it's not exactly optional if you want to take this route to Fuchsia City, but a lot of people take the cycling road. And that was also Payday. What Payday does, it, not all that powerful, but after it hits... some of the coins will scatter everywhere, and after the battle's over, like, you'll first take your prize money from the trainer. You also receive a little bit extra prize money as well, only after you use Payday. And it's also one of those signature moves that Meowth uses. If I remember correctly, well, Meowth and its evolution, Persian. So anyways, yeah, not much else to say here, except all these, just battling a lot of fishermen, and, you know, just doing a lot of grinding here. Kinda digging this music a little bit here. I mean, it's kinda gives you the feeling that you really come so far, you're, like, straight in the middle of your journey. Shows you how far you've come. Kind of a nice touch here. You know, I don't really say much about the soundtrack in Red and Blue. And oh, what do we have here? Oh, I remember the Snorlax. Yes, you, the one who forced us to take this stupid detour through a rock tunnel just to get to Lavender Town. And so we are going to get our revenge on you. Now, since we already caught the other Snorlax that was near Celadon City, I'm not gonna catch this one. I'm actually just gonna battle it. It's not really all that necessary. I mean, well, unless if you want to, like, you know, if there was another person with a copy of either Red, Blue, or Yellow that failed to catch a Snorlax in either one of those routes, maybe what somebody could do is that they can just catch both Snorlax and trade one to that person, which would be kind of nice. But if not, then you don't necessarily have to catch it if you have the other Snorlax. But if you fail to catch the other one, then yeah, you can go ahead and catch that one. But, you know, it just gave us a lot of hassle right here. So, thought I would just want to get my little retaliation done here. But anyways, another trainer of interest that's right down there, another one that we've rarely encountered. Yeah, so you probably remember back in the gym in Vermilion City, we have another rocker. Of course, we want to battle this guy because he does have another Pokemon that has evolved from a Voltorb that we have not exactly encountered yet. And of course, yet another kind of created method for evolution. Well, I don't mean method, but like design-wise. We'll take a look here in a second. Electrode. Yep, obviously not the evolved form of Voltorb. And yes, very genius idea there, Game Freak. Evolve Voltorb just by turning it upside down. What a genius idea. Kudos to you, Game Freak. You've impressed me so much and all the other people. And people say Generation 5 is the worst with all the designs. I guess people nowadays are just blinded by nostalgia. Okay, and you know, another thing, once again, just like with Tentacruel, I'm also praising Electrode's sprites. Again, why is it that I'm praising some sprites in this game, Even though a lot of the sprites in this game are freaking awful. I mean, what I gotta say about Electrode, I love how Electrode looks in this game. The way he looks, he was just looking right at you. He goes like, "Hi there, I'm your worst enemy right here." Okay, yeah, that was bad. I'm very sorry about that, but you know, it's just so weird though. I mean, I'm just praising another Pokemon sprite in this game, even though I spent so much time just, you know, just giving all the sprites flack for how awful they look and how ugly they look. Yet I'm just complimenting Electro Spray. I don't know what it is. But of course I could say the same thing to all the other sprites for Electro because they've always looked so smug. I also gotta love Electrode's animated sprite in Gen 5. Like, you know, it kind of, it actually kind of raises its eyebrows a bit. Just to add up to its smugness. I really gotta love that. So anyway, enough of this sprite praising, even though it's extremely ironic for me to do so. Yeah, I was actually kind of going on about the soundtrack in this game. I don't exactly say much about this, about the soundtrack. I mean, you know, I don't know why, but, I mean, there's some of the songs here, and some of the tracks here in this game that I actually kind of enjoy, such as Lavender Town, and Route 1 is also kind of catchy. I also like Route 1. What else? See, Route 3 and onwards, well, it kind of gets stuck in your head a lot. But I do love how, the, orchestrated version in the anime. In fact, you know, at least in the original anime, like, you know, the Indigo League, I really do dig its soundtrack. I mean, the way that a lot of songs are orchestrated, it just sounds a lot like a symphony orchestra. And, you know, with some of the remixes from the games, I honestly gotta love that. They just sound so beautiful, in my opinion. But I mean, like, that's pretty much all I can think of. Of course, I would say that I actually kind of do like the remixes they got on Fire and Leaf Green a bit better, but, you know, in Red and Blue, like, you know, a lot of the songs that you'll be hearing a lot, and you might kind of get tired of them, such as, you know, the regular trainer theme, and, Route 3's theme. Yeah, I don't have much to say about the soundtrack, to be honest with you guys, but, you know, if I keep saying more about it, like, what comes off of my mind, then a lot of the people, like, especially those who grew up with this game, might not be too happy about it, but, you know, that's just my opinion, so please don't attack me about that. That's just my personal opinion. But, you know, I've heard better, though. I mean, the soundtrack is alright, I should say. Like, ultimately, for the record, it's okay, but, you know, I've heard better. I mean, such as, like, how they're remixed. Those remixes I would probably just want to listen to a lot. So, but that's just me. Anyway, so I guess that about does it. Next time we'll continue on with this rather, well, I guess I would say the longest training round in this game. And probably run out of things to say, but I'll probably find something else to say. Like, you know, maybe my kind of experiences with other Pokemon games. Well, we'll just have to see, so. Anyway, till next time, see you guys later.